Oh no! It hasn't gone quite as well as what happened in the movie. So, today I went with my mum to help her pick out a car, and I thought, you know what? I could make her the perfect car right here. So, there are many different things which she's going to need in her car. And one of the things is she's actually getting a bit on. Now, I know she doesn't watch these videos, so I can say these sorts of things and not get any repercussions. Oh dear God. I hope my mum doesn't watch any of these. So we're going to go with an SUV body first. So what you really need is a car which is a little bit taller so then she can get in and out of easier. That one's too tall, but a low sill line like these, so then you don't have to lift your knees up quite as hard to get your foot inside the door. So we're probably going to go with something like this. This looks like it's the right sort of thing. She also wants fuel economy. Oh dear, I'm just seeing these now. These look stupidly munted. What on earth? It just doesn't look right about these cars. I don't think they would have put these cars in just for nothing if they look really silly. So we might pick one of these 08 cars and try to work with it. Now, she likes really long doors, so then the doorways are much larger for her to get into. So we're gonna go with something like this. And it's going to be made out of cheap steel, most likely, but because it has to be less than 30,000 Australian dollars, which is $22,000. And I'm not sure what money this is, but we're going to say it's probably an American dollar, so we're going to try to keep it under 22,000 American dollars. So we're going to go with a monocoque, and it's also going to be steel. It's going to be a front transverse. We're probably going to go front-wheel drive. We do not need all-wheel drive for this. Then a McPherson strut, and the one that we had a look at, which was a Hyundai something. The Hyundai Kona, yes. So apparently this one fits many of her getting in and out of needs. She has a bad back and bad knees. She is, I think, 70 years old now, so yeah, she's going to need something. So this one apparently has like just nicely long enough doors. She doesn't have to roll the seat back to be able to get back out every time she wants to get out. And it's not too high, but it's also high. So the seats are high, but the sills are low. So this was the one that best fit us. So we're going to kind of base it vaguely upon this model. And one of the things that it had is if you had the 1.7 liter turbo, or 1.6, I'm not sure, turbo, it had multi-link in the rear. If not, it had torsion beam. So we're going to go with torsion beam, because I want to keep this quite cheap for now. Now we're going to go with a new project. It had a naturally aspirated 2 liter, but let's go with something a little bit more peppy. Let's go a 5-cylinder. I don't know why. Don't ask me silly questions like, why do I do things? And we're going to make it a 2.3 liter, and it's going to be dual overcam, 4 valves, aluminium, no variable valve lift, cast, compression ratio of something, we'll figure that out later. A little bit more on the cam profile, variable valve timing on both, no turbo, injection. So here's the thing, we also want to keep the serviceability prices low, so even though this gives you a little bit more fuel efficiency and a little bit more power, we are going to go with multi-point to keep those service costs quite low. And then a single throttle body, a performance intake, and a regular 91 RON, because we want to be able to keep this thing to a fairly decent daily running cost as well. And we're going to down the fuel mixture a smidge, up that RPM a bit, go with a short cast to keep that price down. The catalytic converter, what are the prices here? We might actually see what the different prices are, but we're gonna go with something simple like a 2-way for now, then a reverse flow and a baffled. You know, something that she would want. So we're at about 94 kilowatts. Now, the 2 liter that they had was 110 kilowatts. So that means I'm a fair ways off here, and we're probably going to have to spend a little bit of time tweaking. Oh, no, there we go, guys. Found the tweak. It wants apparently a 3.5-inch exhaust. Yeah, okay, I suppose. Oh, that's stupid, but okay, we'll go with it. We're gonna keep this fuel mixture still quite lean. So, there we go, 121.5 kilowatts. And the Newton meters are only like 6 more Newton meters, but there's not a whole lot more I can do there. Now, there are other things we can do to keep the price down just a little bit more. We can drop the piston quality. No, we can't? Yes, we can. Okay, well, they're right on the brink. Let's drop this exhaust quality just a smidge. Okay, well, that's really hurting its power too. Now, I didn't look at the engine, but that's because we didn't really need to. But we are going to have a bit of a look. God, I would love a car to come with a yellow valve cover. That looks amazing. That is exactly under what we're going with. So this really uniquely silly engine, that's what oh, you know what? The engine is quite long, which is going to reduce... increase our service costs. Whatever. Has a nice muted kind of tone to it. Sounds quite nice. I do like it, if a little bit quiet, but this is for my mom and she is a grandma of 3, so yeah. So there's a people mover and an SUV. So this is the SUV. What is the difference between that and the people mover? It looks like the SUV is just a little bit taller. Okay, fair enough. Now, it looks like you're meant to be able to do some sort of thing around here, because that looks pretty bad. Now, the paint. She actually saw like an electric kind of green, a little bit vomity kind of color, which I think we're going to try to replicate, but there we go. You know what? Kind of looked a lot like that, and I think that's what we're going to go with, because I also kind of liked it, and I get what I like. It did have a two-tone option, though, even though that did end up costing the equivalent of like $5,000 because you had to go to the upper market car. We're gonna see if we can do something like a two-tone. There we go, that's the one. So here we can get a two-tone, like a really nice black, no shine. There we go, if we make it cloth, that works. It gives us the sort of look that we want, and it's not shiny, so BeamNG won't have a fit when it gets the car and goes, I don't know how to do that, crime everywhere! Okay, then it did come up with a dual clutch option, which was so weird. But no, we're going to go with an automatic, because that's what my mom wants. Oh my god, this is such a... I don't even know what sort of category you would put this car into. But probably something like a 6-speed, top speed's going to be somewhere around there probably. Then just an open differential, because this thing... Oh, you know what? No. We are going to put something in here. We're going to put in a geared LSD. Then radials, sports compound, I suppose. 20-inch rims? No, thank you. We're gonna down them to like a 16s or a 17s, and we're gonna try to keep these wheel arches fitting to the wheels. There we go. The wheels do look a little bit smaller, but I think that is absolutely fine for what we're going with, and we are gonna go with alloy wheels. And well, I'm not sure what we're going to do here yet because I don't really know what the traction is. The rim offset for now looks fine. We're going to have vented discs on the front, probably a 2-piston, not entirely sure. Then a solid disc in the rear, a 1-piston. We are going to have fully clad to get that extra low drag coefficient type thingy-me-bobby. 5 seats, sure. They're going to be a very basic seat, so then they save a lot of price. You know what, actually, maybe as high quality as standard. Then she doesn't care about being able to hook up a phone or anything, so all she really wants is a CD player. But a lot of them came with some sort of infotainment, but I'm gonna give her just a basic CD with her ability to upgrade that if she wanted to. Then hydraulic power steering, traction control and ABS, and then it did have fairly decent safety, so we're gonna go with standard 10s. Now, we aren't going to raise this car really high, because it doesn't need to be really high, because it isn't going off-road. It just needs to be a little bit higher so then she can get into it a little bit easier. So we just raise it a smidge, just so then she doesn't have to bend down quite so far to reach the seat. I am happy to move on to the next part. What I'm not happy about is the look of this car still. Like, the shape is just weird. I am not a fan, but let's move on. Drivetrain, what did we have for our top speed? Okay, yeah, we can make that much higher. Oh boy, that's a lot of top speed we got here. And then our tires, we have 95% drivability. Now, we are going to want a very, very drivability car. Me words do speak and yes me things do. 99.9 drivability, that is good enough for moi. I think this will do the trick. So the brakes are a little bit weaker, but I mean, you've got to cut costs somewhere. Now, price. Have we come under budget? Yo. What? What was it again? 21. Oh, we are just over the budget. And I think I know what we have to do. I think we have to lop a cylinder off, which is killing me. I don't want to. I want to have a 5-cylinder. You know what? Fuck it. We keep it in the 5-cylinder. And then the drivetrain. What if we down the max top speed there to 240? Does that help? No, it doesn't. What if we down it to... Oh, I don't want to drop it to a 5-speed, but let's try a 5-speed. It is an automatic still. That hasn't helped our price enough. What if we just go to an open differential then? There we go. Now it's under budget. That is really good. Engineering time, 99. Okay. All right. Fixtures time. This one is going to be a little tricky because I really don't know how to work with this weird body. Is there something I can do to the side here? The side is a little bland. No. There's this, but that just looks weird. So we're going to leave that one alone. Can I... What the heck? You can make the whole thing just a little bit wider. But no, I don't think we're going to do that. There was another line here, right? No? Oh, yeah, okay, there is another line here. So you can change that. We might bring that back. So yes, the rear passenger area is quite small, but she doesn't really have other people in her car. It's mostly just for her. If there was basically a two-door SUV type thing that really fit her needs better, she probably would have chosen that. But this one really fit her needs for price and everything. Let's, I'm not going to say make it look pretty. Let's do what we can here. Well, it seems that that's still stuck in the middle of the scene, and it seems that that won't go away for a while. One thing I have noticed is this car body is absolutely horrible. I defy anybody to make anything that I would consider good looking from this body. It is so goddamn hard. Also, I've noticed a few bugs here and there of missing things, but whatever. I hate this car body, but at least now I've got the experience and I've actually tried to use it to know how much I hate this car body. It is so bad. But let's go take it over to BeamNG and see how this little SUV shit utility vehicle would actually be doing anything. So here we go with a very standard test that you might put an SUV through. And away we go. Can this thing handle just a simple little bit of off-roading? Oh dear, it's horrible. Oh, no, we've already... Okay. Oh, you know what? This thing's got a little bit of pep to it. I like it. Little bit of Pepto-Bismol. Oh no. Oh, it's already killed my mother. Oh god, SUVs are such a death trap. Oh no! Oh no, I've got one wheel off the ground. There's nothing I can do because it is an open diff. I like also how the glass deforms as if it's metal. So a little bit of off-roading was just kind of too much. So now we're gonna test this thing with, you know, a little bit of safety. Can my mum survive? A little bit of a prang. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh, it doesn't... You know what? Doesn't look quite so bad. She might receive a bit of a knock to the head with this thing. But, you know, so she'd be unconscious at the moment, so she'd be just rolling down on her own. And to a gentle little stop. You know what? She might survive. I give this a 5 ANCAP rating. Woo! But in all honesty, well, my mum doesn't really do really any off-roading, so she would do a lot of things on the road. So we gotta check road safety. So, what about this now? Will she survive? Oh no, oh, a bit of the barrier's lodged inside the car, but you know what? Not much is crumpled, so she might have survived. So if we're going to be honest, those things were really kind of unrealistic. It's not the sort of thing that you would actually encounter. So, I mean, I don't really count it. I don't know if you'd count it, but I don't really. It's just a little bit of a lark. I am really here to test this car just to see how good it is at being a car. And, well, if... it's a head-on collision. It's... the humanity. Oh, that looks like it's well penetrated into the footwell, so that's caused some major leg damage. And, I don't know if you would survive such a horrendous crash, but the body deformation has been so bad, but that also means that you have bad deceleration. Oh, sorry, Mom. Ooh. So a lot of people really like the Fast and Furious franchise, and I thought, well, what would happen if you tried to replicate one of their scenes? Now, this is something that could really happen to you. You could be just out there trying to replicate something, and then you're like, this has gone a little bit awry. Oh no, this is a terrible, oh no, what's gonna happen? Oh no! It hasn't gone quite as well as what happened in the movie. It's become a two-dimensional car currently. This is actually funny to look at. That is really weird. Oh, like just this angle here, you go, is that car dented into the ground? I don't understand what I'm seeing here. And then you go like this and you're like, oh no. So we're just going to round this episode off with actually giving this thing a bit of a serious test. Now, I know I was playing around a lot and this isn't a whole lot of BeamNG, mostly just a lot of automation, and I get that this is maybe not what everybody wants, but I thought I would put a little bit of real life experience into actually making a car. Not just making a car for the sake of making a car, but actually doing something which requires a little bit of extra thought, you know, and this the whole thing came up with my mom recently as she needed a new car, and probably kind of like one of those situations where it's like the last car she ever really particularly wants to own. At a certain point, even if she still is alive after, say, 20 years, which is about how long she keeps the car, which actually, you know what, she might be around for 20 years, because a lot of the people in my family live to be in their hundreds, so it's not unusual to see people live into their 90s in our family. But anyway, it's going to be at a point where she's not going to drive anymore. So at that point, the car's not really going to do her much good. So it is one of those, the last car she'll ever own, and she may as well get a brand new one. So yeah, I think this is a pretty good test case of actually seeing if you reckon you could fit the design bill. She wanted good fuel economy, which this thing has good fuel economy. It's got a decent amount of pep to it, actually. It's quite stable, it's quite safe. Turn a little bit more, please. Oh, get in there. Well, that was a bit of a bum corner. And yeah, so the biggest thing for her was being able to get in and out of the car, because that was a big problem. She currently owns a 2004 Ford Falcon BA on gas, which is a good car. The fuel is very cheap because it's a LPG. I don't know if you get that everywhere else in the world, but here it's a fairly common thing. Wow, it has really good pep. I might actually do a 0 to 100 test in a little bit to see what this thing can do. Maybe even give it a bit of a quarter mile even. But we're reaching the end of this race and the end of testing out this car. I love this. This is a really dicky car angle. Maybe I shouldn't have quite chosen this. But then again, I mean, it's testing a road car. A lot of these road cars are driven by people that really don't know how to drive. And you just gotta really... Oh, shoot. Oh, bugger. We've had a bit of a fender bender. Yikes. Ooh. Yowza. So literally, we're just doing a drag race this time, and I've done it wrong. Hold on, let me start that again. Okay, literally, why are we stuck in reverse? So here we go. Literally, what What the heck? So, okay, hopefully it's good this time. Okay, so literally we're in a drag race. You can see to the end of the drive there, there is nothing untoward happening here. I know I was doing all the other crashes, ha ha ha, funny, 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 but I thought, you know what? Let's actually just do a genuine bit of drag racing. So there we go. There you have it. It's done a 15.90 to 100. Sorry, 15.5. So it's done pretty well. Oh, its brakes kind of suck, but not really. Why is this thing not coming to us? Oh, that's right, yeah, because I've got it in realistic gearbox mode. It's a pretty decent car. It's good, but not great. It's bad, but not terrible. It's not what I want, and probably not what my mum wants either. And I'm trying to stall for time because I set up an AI, and it seems like the AI is humping the ground. Damn it! It was meant to come over here and crash into me. That was going to be the crescendo of my episode, and you ruined it! You ruined it, Mom! No, I mean, not Mum. The other car. But no, thank you guys for watching. As I said last time, I don't like to beg. I am doing fine financially. Pugsley drank some water today, so he's doing a lot better. But there is still a Patreon to help me with my funds, which are, you know, at the moment hurting just a smidge. But no need to do that. I don't like to beg. That's why it's at the end. For the rest of you, please subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Goodbye.